right, you guys, hit the bell, sub and like if you didn't already. I'm back, and today's going to be a bit of a different kind of video. I'm going to talk about the battery. We got 59% here in a polar vortex. We're minus 12. It's really minus 25 Celsius real feel. I think that's about minus 17 Fahrenheit.
It's wicked cold, that's what it is.
So I'm going to talk about the battery, what happened yesterday, and likely the previous video, the video before this one. That's what the previous would be. Also going to talk to you a little bit about, because people keep asking me what do I do for a living. I'm going to talk about marketing, money, a little bit of investments. So we're going to cover a few quick things, crypto, the internet, and opportunity in general. So as far as the battery goes, you know, yesterday I learned that no matter how good you are, you can't really judge how much battery you're going to end up with. For example, and then I'm going to get on to something else, we got to the supercharger with 0% battery.
That's because he didn't listen to me. Some of us don't like living on the edge. I definitely would have charged sooner.
Because I made the mistake of keeping the heater on and then being in a conversation with my wife, and I got distracted and I left the heater on just a little bit too soon, as I had told her an hour before. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Famous last words. I'm happy I was there to tell him to turn it off. Otherwise, who knows what would happen.
We're not going to run out of battery. And so even though the car guides you very well, it even tells you how fast to go, you can, in essence, you know, have that even not be as helpful as it could be, because if you get distracted and you're not paying attention and you're sucking battery, because the HVAC on this car will drain like nobody's business when it's very cold, like a polar vortex, or even in the summer when it's the opposite and it's very, very hot. The HVAC drains the most battery out of anything. Anyway, now as far as the internet goes, so I have been in internet marketing for a very long time.
He knows his stuff. He's been doing it about as long as the dinosaurs have been around.
And I think something that gets overlooked by a lot of people is that you have to be very good at being ahead of the curve. You have to be very good at understanding where an industry might be going. And this is, you know, after you've acquired some skills, of course, but in general, and I'll get to the acquiring skills part in a minute, you have to be ahead of the times. Now more than ever, there's opportunities that didn't exist decades ago, or even, you know, a dozen years ago. Even with cryptocurrencies, which a lot of you probably think are some kind of...
I'm still skeptical about them.
A farce, and some of you don't. The reality is, you know, they are a little bit smoke and mirrors, because over 90% of them are going to go to zero. But within that basket of farce or grift or scam or words people use, there is some golden nuggets. And if you can actually figure out who's got a real project, a real business behind their cryptocurrency, and you can get in there early, then you're going to be in for a delight. Same thing with quantum stocks. I don't know if you saw in the news, but you know, the NVIDIA owner came out and said, well, quantum is 20 years behind. And before he did that, you know, those stocks were flying. A lot of them went from $1 to $10, and they crashed a little bit because of his comment. Now they went a little bit more back up, but they have lost a lot of gains. So that's an industry where you have the opportunity now to be in there way, way ahead of time. And I'm actually looking at it myself. I'm actually late, not late per se, because with things like that, it's kind of like the internet boom. You know, there's always opportunities. People say, or they'll look at it and go, well, I missed the crypto opportunity. It's gone. That ship sailed. I missed the early internet days. You didn't miss anything. There's AI, and now there's quantum. So you have yet, if you're one of those people, you have yet another opportunity to not say you missed the boat, because you're right at the beginning. You're probably now with quantum. And again, this isn't investment advice. This is just my opinion. So, you know, anything you do like this is speculative. Be prepared to lose all your money, and look at it as not putting in anything you cannot afford to lose. So with that aside, I'm just speaking from experience, what I've observed, some of what I've participated in.
In my opinion, more times than not, he's got really good instincts.
and so on. So again, this is like the internet, where the stocks were flying in the early years and a lot of them crashed and a lot of them got vaporized. That's quantum, not in terms of the technology, but in terms of the moment in time that I perceive quantum to be in, where if you can just get in on the right ones, and then the key is to hold. If you try to trade in and out, very few people are good traders. Most people get destroyed. Any success I've had, or most people have ever had, that do well with any type of stock or crypto, they hold. They buy, they believe in what they buy, and they hold. And you have to be able to do this on your own without any other input of any single kind. It has to be within your own psyche, and you need to hold. So back to what I'm talking about, quantum. If you're able to put some money in there and forget about it for 5 years, the same thing with cryptocurrencies. You need to be able to get in there and forget about it for 5 years. Now, don't get me wrong. If something goes up to the point where it becomes a crazy amount of money and you put in a small amount, and for you, it's actually life-changing money, don't wait 5 years, because even the greatest buys go up and down, and you could be up a huge amount and then lose it. So, and I don't want you to say, well, you know, I'm contradicting myself. I'm not contradicting myself. What I'm saying is, as a rule of thumb, be prepared to hold. But if something crazy happens and you get those gains, something out of the ordinary where you have some luck on your side as well, and a large amount of it, take the money, or take the money off the table, or take your principal out at the very least. And if it's life-changing money for you, take it all, because you need to know how to hold, but you need to know how to seize the moment. Now, I'm going to go to the internet side of things. For the internet, everyone has something they're good at that's not related to the internet. So if you say to yourself, well, I'm not good at that internet thing, it doesn't matter. I can show you how to either take something you're already good at that you may not even realize, or something that you've never done before but you're just interested. You want to use the internet without needing to learn a lot of or any tech at all. You just want to learn a couple simple strategies that actually work. I can show you how to do that, because whether you fall into any of those categories, or you're in a business you already want to scale, or you never have and you just work for someone else, and you're internet curious and you're just good at baking cookies, or you don't think you're good at anything, or you're good at physical fitness, or you have no idea what product or service you want to sell or promote, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. I will show you how to, whatever box you're in, because everyone fits into different boxes, and I use the word box not to be crude, I just want to simplify it so that no one misunderstands me. So, for lack of a better term, whatever box you fit into, I'm going to show you how to use building a list. And again, it doesn't matter if you don't know anything about list building either, or don't even understand what I'm saying. I'm going to show you how to build an audience. You're not going to have to do anything that you don't want to do other than build a list, a database of people, and I'll show you how that can be interested in what you have to offer, and I'll show you how to find them, and then I'll show you how to get automation to work in the background to actually contact people for you even while you're doing other things. So don't say to yourself, well, I have a job, I can't do that, I have a family. Everybody has something, and we all have the same amount of hours in the day to do what we need to do. So I promise you, you can do it. You just have to want to, and it doesn't mean that you're going to spend every waking moment working on your business and then go to work and then come home exhausted and not be able to move. And I'm sure some days you're exhausted already anyways, and you're not building anything alongside your current job or profession. So there's nothing better than knowing that you're building something that's 100% yours, that nobody can take away. And it's not about spending, you know, another 6 hours a night doing this and not sleeping. It's about being consistent and doing the right things, because people can work themselves into the ground, but if they're doing things wrong, if they're tuned into the wrong methodologies, then it's like they're doing nothing. So I'll show you the right methodologies. They're all logic-based. They are not tech-based. They're logic-based in tech, meaning you don't need to be a tech person in order to gain momentum. You just need to be logical and follow simple to follow steps. So if that sounds to you like something that's interesting, then you can just go to my website. There'll be a link down below, and you can put in your name and your email, and I'll send you some free information. So again, you just go to the website. It'll be somewhere down below. There'll be a link you can click, and you just need to put in your name and your email, and I'll show you, no matter what you do now for a living, whether you're good at plumbing, whether you're good at consulting, whether you're a chiropractor or you're a student, it doesn't matter, or even if you think you're good at nothing, I will show you how to take a product or service and generate revenue and build a business on the internet just by building a database. And you do not need to be any type of guru or have any previous experience to get started. You just have to be motivated, and you have to be willing to learn. And if you are those things, and you're the type of person that can focus, and if you're the type of person that does not, give up easily, after a day or two, and you're good with overcoming, because everyone has that instinct, where they say, well, I don't think I can do this. But if you can push through that, and if you've ever, and I'm sure you have had this happen to you, if you've ever been in a situation where you felt that way and you pushed through and you persevered anyways, and then you got success, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's it. Hit the bell, sub, and like if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.